Very good morning and welcome all of you to the pre-market session. Now, before we start this, session, I would like to tell you that I apologize for the delayed start here. We had some technical issues going on, and today in this session we will go through the next action plan only as per the dynamic live. So we are looking at the dogmatic method, that is Bank Nifty, and in Bank Nifty, as you know, the previous day there's a point where we had bought a put option, and from there the price started coming down and it increased. But at this point, since we checked the Tenkai signal, we did not exit the put option. We held on to the put option, and yesterday as the price started coming down, it once again said buy put option now. But by then we already had a put option, and as the price started coming down, right at the bottom there was a zigzag caution wherein the action told us to exit the put option. So we have already exited the trade. Now, since we have exited the trade, there is no trade as of now. But you can see here the preparation is telling you to get ready to buy a put option. Maybe if there is any major zigzag appearing on top or with the long signal edge point, there are chances this action can tell us to buy a put option once again. So we just be prepared. And when you do a trade, remember, now tomorrow is the expiry date, and whatever trade that you do, and if you come across any dynamic caution where you feel you have to shift over, then in such a case shift over to the next contract directly. Okay, because today is one day before the expiry date. So this is about Bank Nifty. If the price starts going up and if it tells you to buy a call option, remember intraday 3 long is in sell and intra week long is also in sell. And as per dynamic system level 2 trading method, we have still not taken any long position. So in this case, we must check the Tenkai signal before we do the trade for call option. Got it? So this is the preparation for Bank Nifty. So let us see what's happening in Nifty. Now this is a case of Nifty. Even in Nifty, you can see here, there is a point. Now there is a point where it had told us to buy a put option, and it kept on telling us to hold the put option, and we have held on to it, and still we are yet to get an exit. So wait until the action tells you to exit the put option and buy a call option. But any opportunity to buy a call option, you must check the Tenkai signal before you do the trade, because intra-week long signal still is in sell. Intraday 3 long signal is also in sell, and as per dynamic system level 2 trading method, we are yet to take any long position. So keeping this in mind, so you must check the Tenkai signal there. But then currently we are holding on to the put option. Wait until it very clearly is written here as exit put option now. But if the price starts coming down and any dynamic caution appears at the bottom, don't forget to shift over, but shift over to the next contract directly. So this is the preparation for Nifty. If you have any other stocks that you want to check, then let me know. We can check it. Well, there's Axis Bank here. In Axis Bank, you can see here it is telling us to hold put option. There is a point where it has told us to buy a put option, and we would have bought it. But as the price started coming down right at the bottom, we have a dynamic system caution. It means we must have secured our profits already. Now after that, we are currently holding on to it. Wait until it very clearly tells you to exit put and buy a call option. But any opportunity to buy a call option, remember, since intraday long and intra-week long are still in sale, and check the dynamic system level 2 trading method also. But then in this case, you must check the Tenkai signal before you go for a call option. There's Axis Bank. Well, Mr. Govind Rajan, Silver Micro, we will not be able to check anything related to dynamic system today, just because I have a technical issue at my end. So dynamic system related, we will not be able to check. We will check only the dynamic live. So let us check what's happening in Maruti. Well, there is a case of Maruti. Even in Maruti, the action says hold put option. So hold on to it, wait until it tells you to exit the put option. So there's Maruti, Mr. Jasmine, and then ICICI Bank, Bata India, Dr. Reddy, Airtel. This is ICICI Bank, Mr. Sushil. It is still telling us to hold the put option, hold on to it, wait until it is very clearly telling you to exit the put option and buy a call option. But any opportunity to buy a call option, do think about checking the Tenkai signal because intra-week long and intraday 3 long are still in sell. So there's one thing, and also keep a track of dynamic system, level 2 trading method. But or else we are currently holding on to the short position in ICICI Bank. And there's Bata India. In Bata India, you can see here the action says stay tuned for the next trade. It means there is no trade as of now. So you have to wait for the next trading opportunity. So hold on here. Let us check Dr. Reddy. Well, this is Dr. Reddy. Even in Dr. Reddy, you can see it is telling us to stay tuned for the next trade. But anyways, this is the point where it had told us to buy a put option. And right at the bottom, we have a edge point and a zigzag. So wherein it would have told us to exit the put option as well. So currently, it is telling you to get ready to buy a put option. So if the price manages to decrease further, then probably once this intraday 3 long signal gives a sell, that is when it may ask you to buy a put option once again. There's Bharti Airtel. Even in Bharti Airtel, there is no trade, Mr. Sushil, as you asked. So it has told us to buy a put option long back, and it has also given us a zigzag here to exit the put option. And after that, the price has managed to remain in sideways. And then now, once again, even yesterday, there is a zigzag there. So until and unless the price goes down and it gives a clear zigzag breakout, it will not ask you to buy a put option. So stay tuned for the next trade here. There's Reliance, Mr. Harish. You can see here yesterday at this point it had told us to buy a put option. I think there was one put option with a strike price. I don't remember the exact strike price. It was available at around 20 rupees, and then by the time it reached here, it immediately told us to exit the put option. So we were able to exit at 25. So 5 points gain achieved there, almost 20% returns on that particular trade. But anyways, as of now, there is no trade. We have to wait for the next trading opportunity. And as per dynamic system, that we are already long. So if the price goes up and tells you to buy a call option, then there won't be any need for you to check the Tenkai signal. Just go ahead and do the trade. But if you get any opportunity to buy a put option, then do check the Tenkai signal before you do the trade. This is Bajaj Finance here. Now in Bajaj Finance, you can see even there is no trade, but it is telling you to get ready to buy a put option probably only when the intraday 3 long signal gives you a sell, that is when it may ask you to buy a put option, but stay tuned for the next trade. Well, HDFC Bank, it had asked us to buy a put option here. From there, the price has managed to go up. But in spite of going up, there is a long signal edge point and a zigzag right on top. So that is the reason it is still telling us to hold the put option, to hold on to it. But if the price manages to go up further today, then probably once the intraday 3 long signal gives us a buy, it may ask you to exit put option and buy a call option. So when you're buying a call option, do check the Tenkai signal before you do the trade. M&M Finance. This is M&M Finance. In M&M Finance, you can see here, it has told you to buy a call option somewhere at this point in time, and after that it has managed to come down sharply. But even if it has come down sharply, there is a long signal edge point and a zigzag. So that is the reason the action is still telling you to hold the call option, so hold on to it. And from there you can see that it has given a very nice recovery after that, and now we are still holding on to the call option. So wait until it very clearly tells you to exit the call option. IRCTC. No, Mr. Sharan, IRCTC is not there in the list just because it is a very new script, and then it is not there in the list. So the data provider will consider those stocks which have been introduced through IPOs at least for 1.5 year. Once it is over, that is when they introduce in this list. So currently we don't have it. Let us check Z Entertainment. The Z Entertainment, now it has been a good trade, of course. So it has told you to buy a put option. Right at the bottom there is a zigzag also. It has made you to exit. So currently no trade, just wait on for the next trade. If the price decreases further, probably once the intra-week zigzag breakout comes, then it will tell you to buy a put option. But if the price starts increasing and if it tells you to buy a call option, do check the Tenkai signal before you do the trade. There's LNT. LNT also currently we are holding on to the put option. So hold on to it. And as the price starts coming down, any dynamic system caution at the bottom, don't forget to shift over. But since you're trading in LNT, remember the stock options, it is a monthly options and its expiry is the next Thursday. So you can still shift over in the same contract, no problem. Only in Nifty, Bank Nifty, if you come across any dynamic system caution today or tomorrow, then you can shift over to the next contract provided you are trading in a weekly option. If you are trading in the 18th June expiry contract, then you can shift over to the next contract. So RBL Bank. RBL Bank, no trade as of now. Intraday 3 speed has given a sell, but then at the same time, there seems to be a long signal edge point. You can see here it is very clearly written as intra-week long signal edge. So currently it is making you to wait. But anyways, it is also telling you that get ready to buy a put option. So if the price comes down below this intra-week long signal, that is when it will ask you to buy a put option. Chetanji, I will not be able to tell you the price for Bank Nifty because I have some system related issues. So dynamic system related anything I will not be able to convey today. So kindly cooperate, and you please, but you people, your dynamic system will be working absolutely fine. There is no problem in it. So go check it. No, Mr. Satish, the issue is not the dynamic system here. I have a system related, computer related problem here. Got it? So Sharon wants to check DMART. All right, so there's a DMART. In DMART also there is no action. Get ready to buy a put option. Hold on. Reliance, Mr. Badresh, Reliance may NDC, MAC, C13 pressure high, so avoiding to buy call, avoiding buy call in Reliance. No, not necessarily, Badresh ji. Let me open Reliance. So, Badresh ji, yes, the pressure on top is very high. That is C11, NMC, C9, NWC, C13, NDC. The pressure is very high, but any opportunity to buy, don't miss it. Just because intraday 3 long is in green, intra-week long is in green, dynamic system level 2 trading method is also in buy. But then just make sure once the price, if after taking a long, if the price reaches 1666, 1666, there is a quarterly caution on top, so don't forget to shift over if the price reaches there. But or if the price starts coming down from here, and once the intra-week long signal also gives you a sell, then absolutely no problem, you can go ahead and do the trade, because this time it will make news. So let us go to the dynamic super power trading method in Nifty and Bank Nifty. So here is a case of Nifty, and in Nifty, as you can see here, now the pressure is on top, we know that, and the price has managed to come down. There is a dynamic caution, daily caution at the bottom. From a daily caution, it has moved up to another daily caution, C1D. Any zigzag or edge point, we would have simply taken a short position here for a sharp confirmation itself, and from there the price has started coming down. Now as the price started coming down, now let us take it to the spread view. As the price started coming down, there seems to be a mid signal edge point with a zigzag. There is a intra-week tiny zigzag caution also. Now these are the points wherein we can exit our short and get into a long trade, taking some risk. Okay, we know that the pressure is from the top. There are chances one or the other way price can decrease and it can make a new low. But since there is this dynamic system caution still active, for these points we can take action with some risk involved. And the other factor, supporting is in intraday 3. You can see here it is in sideways now. Since it is sideways now and it is it has a mid signal edge point, the zigzag supported by a intra-week tiny zigzag caution. Now one can do that. There is no problem. And let us check. Now currently, if you have taken such a long position, now any edge point zigzag, you will once again exit long and get into short. The preference has to be for short as much as possible. And once this intraday, intraday 3 mid signal also gives a very clear sell, then there are chances that the price can go down even further. So those are the points, don't miss to trade. Let us check what's happening in Bank Nifty. Now, even in bank, you can see here there is a weekly caution on top. It is a C2, and from there the price has managed to come down. It is a C3 straddle. From there it went up intra-week long signal edge point, and then it comes down. Now there is a C4 straddle with a C1 weekly caution here. Now let me make this point very clear. I think there is one point which I missed in today's next action plan because I did not go through the spread view. So yesterday, next session plan, I was telling you that in spite of this intraday 3-speed signal giving a buy, we will be currently holding on to the short position because it was not a clear buy. But anyways, the before that itself, there is this intraday 3-speed signal which had given us a sell, and from there the price started coming down. As it started coming down, there was a zigzag, tiny zigzag cautions in intra-week. Now the pressure is on top, there is absolutely no doubt. But why will I take action for this zigzag caution? The reason being, first thing, there is a straddle caution here supporting this zigzag caution, and along with that, the intra-week long signal is still telling us sell signal, wait and sell. It has still not confirmed a sell short act. Now, keeping that as our main reason, now we could have definitely exited short and taken a long position. Now, if in case we had taken a long position, then we would have held on to it. And yesterday morning there was a gap up. Now at this point we would have exited the long and got into a short trade. Got it? So once we got into a short trade, once again the price starts coming down, and as the price starts coming down for all these small zigzag, we wouldn't have taken action because there is a pressure from the top. So as it comes down, there is a mid signal edge point with a zigzag, and there is a zigzag in intra-week with a weekly caution at the bottom. Now, since there is a weekly caution also at the bottom, and the main reason being the action is still telling us to sell signal, wait and sell. It is not giving us way to sell short act now. So for that reason, we would have again exited short and got into a long trade. But after getting into a long trade, now once again the price starts moving up. There is a zigzag preparation and a edge point in intraday 3. Just before the market closes, we would have exited long and we would have again got into a short trade. So all these up and down movements we would have definitely captured in the DSPT. Now currently we are in short in DSPT. Now if the price starts going up from here, if the price starts going up, then let us wait for intraday 3-speed signal to give us a buy, because there is a weekly caution at the bottom, so we have to respect it. Any better confirmation like intraday 3-speed signal or anything, then we can definitely think about a buy. But then when you're buying it, you can think about one more thing. Just check, as per dynamic system level 2 trading method, has it crossed your what is that, range 1 buy above value for you to take long there? And if the long is initiated there, and at the same time if intraday speed signal and all these are also giving you a buy, then simply get to a long trade. But now the price comes very close to the range 1 as per dynamic system level 2 trading method, but it has not crossed it. So as per dynamic system level 2, you have still not taken any long position. But before that, here in dynamic live, intraday 3-speed signal gives a buy, but when it gives a buy, it says buy signal, wait and buy, or the edge point in intraday 3 or in intra-week. In such a case, you can wait for some more time, probably wait for this intra-week long signal itself to confirm the buy. That is when you can exit short and get into a long trade. Got it? So this is how one can go ahead and trade in Bank Nifty. Last one being the Kotak Bank. Well, this is Kotak Bank, and it is telling you to hold the put option here. Yesterday during the session, we did see this particular stock, but once you have got into a put option, now and after getting it into it, now normally at this point it tells you to exit the put option. But then if it has not told you to exit the put option, there may be some other reason here for the Domantic method to do so. But in such a case, for these edge points, you can at least shift over, lock your profits. Got it? Secure your profits. So this is one thing that you can do here, but then as of now, hold on to the put option and wait until it tells you to exit the put option. So this is all about today's session, gentlemen. If there is any final questions or doubts, you can ask now, or else you can text me saying that there are no doubts. And please make it quick. We are running out of time. All right, looks like there are no doubts. So thank you all of you gentlemen for joining today's session. Once again, let me apologize for the delayed start due to some technical issues here. But then we will be on time in the coming sessions. You don't have to worry. And thanks once again for joining. I wish you all the very best. I wish you loads and loads of profits to come by your way. And see you on the other side in the next session. Until then, very good morning and a very good day to all of you. And thank you once again for joining the session.